Why do you like to be alive? I spent the first half of my adult life living on fast forward. I worked hard to get through college with almost no student debt. I worked 60+ hours when off from school and full time with a full time schedule. I grew up a have-not with uneducated parents and a single mom that broke her back so I could have opportunity. I put that on my shoulders and powered through. I studied business and finance, and now I own a business. The thing is, despite being proud of that time, I can hardly remember feeling happy. I can remember laughing with friends from college I swore at the time were my brothers, or being in the trance-like state of being young and in love, but not just genuinely feeling happy. I know I was at times, but I can't recall clearly because of all the work and travel and thrill chasing. When I was 24, my mom, who was the monolith of everything good about my identity, got small cell lung cancer and died within the year. You want to talk about a blur? I cared for her as she did hospice in our home, and I can remember the wild ride of trying to do everything I could to make her smile, then everything I could to make her comfortable, then everything I could to squeeze a life's worth of life lessons into a week, to finally hoping with all my heart that she wasn't in pain as she laid there unable to respond to anything. If you want to talk about a hard stop to a breakneck life, then losing your beacon in the storm is it. At the end, I remember telling her I'd make her proud, that I'd do something with my education and make a name for myself. She said, "I'll be proud of you either way." Just typing that wrenches my gut now a decade later. One day I was pushing her on a wheelchair to this ice cream shop we had been to countless times in my childhood. It was less than a block away. She had me stop. I was confused. She told me she just wanted to close her eyes and feel the sun and listen to the robins. She told me that whenever the sunshine warmed my face, that she'd be holding my face in her hands. When she finally let go, her funeral was a real shock to the system. Not because she was actually gone, but because of the sheer number of souls at the funeral that I had never met. My mom and dad adopted me in their 30s. I met countless people from before that time that my mom had touched. She helped so many people get through school, leave abusive partners, kick drug habits, raise their kids, and the list goes on. It was a real eye-opener. She never had much money in her whole life. She had a long career in medical billing at the end. She didn't win the rat race per se, but she resonated so beautifully with so many people. That's what being alive is fucking about, my friends. Being present for yourself and for others, and resonating beyond today in ways that are important. I think about all of the mistakes I made as a young adult. Being brash and insensitive, being naive and loud with my opinions, crossing the line of consent and autonomy in many ways with a lot of people, saying I didn't have time for the people I could see were struggling, taking advantage of people, and angling all the time to get ahead, which growing up in poverty is sort of a byproduct of survival and hard to shake, and also just not being there. I mean like autopilot life despite all of the rich things in life around me. If you read this far, just know this. I get up every morning and close my eyes and just listen. I take a minute and think about what a privilege it is to be able to take in even the mostly silent stimuli of an empty room. If my cat decides to sleep at my feet, I listen for her little kitty breath or watch her lungs fill up and rise and fall and think about whether she knows how much I love her. I have a cup of coffee and I really taste it. I think about the crazy process it goes through to even be a bean, much less be in a cup, warming my soul and opening my eyes. I have a busy schedule, no doubt, and I have a flood of stimuli barrages every day, but I spend so much time listening to the robins. I people watch like crazy. I take the time to match smiles sent my way. I don't let someone I think is in pain pass by unnoticed, and I try to get know people's paths that lead to who they are now when they wrong me, because understanding that much about someone gives you peace, even if it doesn't excuse what they do. I have a rule of take 10 seconds to calm down, take in, consider, feel, etc. 10 seconds to ask a question. 10 seconds to Google something you're curious about. 10 seconds to see just how rich everything is in this crazy beautiful existence. I can't stress enough how much better I feel every day, and I close my eyes in the sunshine for mom every chance I get. Edit. I guess the point of this yarn is that I hope it doesn't take losing someone for you to pause and be present. Every year my company donates to a cancer fund in her name. If you want to get involved, PM me for details. So many awards. It's so nice to see my mom's legacy touching everyone. Cancer sucks, but all of these stories are wonderful. Keep being kind. It's amazing to see everyone being so good to each other in the comments. There's a lot of places I still want to go, books I want to read, movies I want to see. Even if I don't get to experience it all before I die, I like the anticipation of it all. This right here. Very relatable. Also imagine all the cool stuff that might happen in the future, and all the cool places you might visit. That is what I look forward to. The idea that any random day you can meet someone who might change your life at most, and be someone you enjoy being around at the least, has helped me. I met an old man battling cancer at work a few years back, and he is one of the most generous and thoughtful humans I have ever met. I was never close to my grandparents, and I think a young adult having an older, wiser person in their life to look up to can be very important. I haven't tried all the restaurants in my area, and it actually has been a good motivator to cherish the whole life thing. That is surprisingly extremely simple and cute and beautiful. I need a new area. Happiness in tiny things is absolutely the key to being truly happy. Walking to work or uni or whatever and looking at how cool certain buildings, clouds, clothing etc looks, and just appreciating the beauty of the world is a prime example. Same here, kinda. One of my casual side quests I'm on in this current outside playthrough is to find the perfect cheeseburger. It's like my personal little guideline to test any new restaurant I try, because if they can do a good cheeseburger then they usually have their shit together. So far, the best cheeseburger I've ever had was from a little restaurant in MKE that I went to once on a trip. They got everything right. Edit. To everyone asking, it was Edge Bombers. I remember they had some odd as hell menu items, like a peanut butter cheeseburger. Anyway, I had ordered the bacon cheeseburger with the pretzel bread bun, and they had perfectly smashed down the patties so that the edges were just slightly crisp, added in enough cheese to accomplish an ideal cheese to meat ratio with the smashed patties. Usually it's too much meat and not enough cheese, and the bacon appropriately came out as it should with every bite. Bacon is wont to come out of the burger all the way with one bite if you don't cook the bacon to the right texture or glue it in properly with just melted enough cheese. The pretzel bread bun was perfectly grilled and added to the overall effect of a soft crunch texture to that cheeseburger that I've come to compare all other cheeseburgers by. The tater tots were exemplary. 10/10ths would travel to MKE just to eat there again. I hold a terrible secret. There's a skeleton inside of me, so if I die it will be released. It is a burden I must bear to protect the world from skeletons. I hate to ruin the Van Helsing like legacy you have inherited, but, you could just be cremated, chief. You'll destroy the evil skeleton you're hiding. So if that was your only reason to live, Awkward silence and me and driver just continue to look at each other. But what if this evil skeleton is fireproof? We'd have lost our only protection, and for what? Dying is exactly what my stupid fucking brain wants. Well, my brain can go fuck itself, because I'm gonna keep living as long as humanely possible. In fact, I'm so committed to fucking my brain over I'm going to do everything in my power to stay alive. I'm gonna sleep early, eat healthy, go to the gym, and cultivate healthy relationships. Fuck you, brain. Fucking hell, that made me happier than reading the positive comments. It just feels so much more relatable. I will not do it with a smile. I will not go the extra mile. I will not seize upon the day. I will not find the words to say. I will not rise up brave and free. I will not make a better me. I will not take the time to grow. I will not be inspiring. No. I will not stand up strong and proud. I will not live life loud. I'll do it like I always do. With scorn and spite. And fuck you too. I'm terminally ill, and the closer I've gotten to death, the more I've just sat back and watched nature, genuinely stopping to smell the roses. It's the little things in life that make life worth living. The family of birds in a nearby tree communicating with each other. The dog you wake up every morning to and can't wait to see you and be around you. I even noddly Lyle watching the trees rustle on a windy day. Watching my fish swim around their aquarium. Valuing the time and memories I make with my wife and friends. People that say life isn't worth living need to try their very best to smell the roses, watch the sunrise or sunset. I know sometimes life really can get us down in the dumps, but life is truly beautiful. Edit. Just woke up and checked all the notifications. Thank you everyone for the awards and the very nice words. It's very humbling to get so many beautiful responses. I've done my best to read and like as many as possible. One comment I noticed is about how close to death we come. My fate was luckily decided by my oncologist. I was in ICU last year. I was septic and I had a superbug the doctors couldn't get on top of. My kidney had completely stopped, and I only have one kidney. Fortunately, when the ICU had the various teams come together to decide whether to continue or let me go, my oncologist demanded they continue to treat me because I'm young 29 and my heart and lungs are in good shape. I'm still here to this day, so I owe it all to that man who saved my life multiple times. I sat with my wife and cried, told her I was ready to go, and laid patiently with my eyes closed ready to be taken away. It just didn't happen. Since that moment I've done my absolute best to enjoy the little moments in life that we easily brush past and let go unnoticed when we are busy and living a healthy normal life. I'll try to individually reply to comments where I can. Thank you everyone. Stick around as long as you can. You have some good wisdom to pass on. They say people who are closing to death have their entire life flash before their eyes. They can very well judge what was good and what was bad. They are certainly a good source of wisdom. It's pretty amazing listening to them. I myself fear death to a point it freaks me out. And it's surprising how people say they will miss things like trees, soil, animals and family. Just the same things we take for granted. We must realize and learn from what they've got to say and act on it. My prayers are with Ok. I have a friend that's going through some tough times, so I like to check up on him every day and encourage him. You're a good friend. He's not a good friend. He's a great friend. That's beautiful. More people need friends like you. I stayed alive for so long, not because I wanted to. I really didn't want to at all, because I worried about my mom. She's my best friend and she would be devastated if I died. And for my half siblings because they were living in an unhealthy environment and I wanted to be there in case they ever needed me. Thankfully, I now want to be alive to travel, start a family, and spend all the money I don't have on things I like. And music. Well, music was always there keeping me alive. I like having connection with other humans. It is the only thing that feels worth it to me, but it's also the thing I don't like about being alive. Who the fuck gives a not stonks award to a comment? What the fuck is a not stonks? This is a weird place. This is why I fucking love Reddit.